preacher's up there preaching in the church, and he preaches every Sunday. And every Sunday he sees Grandpa Jones out there in the congregation, and he falls asleep during every one of his sermons. Well, Grandpa Jones, his little grandson Johnny, sits next to him. So after church one day, the preacher went to little Johnny and said, "Johnny, your grandpa falls asleep every time when I'm preaching this sermon here. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you $1 every Sunday if you'll keep him awake, okay?" Well, little Johnny goes, "Oh, well, that's really great. I think I'll do that." So sure enough, the next Sunday, the preacher's up there preaching, and there's Grandpa there, and he stays awake the whole time. "Oh, this is really good," the preacher thinks. All right, he's not snoring. Oh, this is really good. Next Sunday, same thing. He's preaching this sermon, and there's Grandpa. He just stays awake during the whole sermon. Well, about the third Sunday comes up, and the preacher's preaching out there, and all of a sudden he notices the Grandpa is falling asleep again. And he starts snoring, and he's drawing attention, and so it takes away from the sermon. And he just says, this isn't right. Well, the next Sunday, the same thing happens again. And Grandpa, he's sitting out there in the congregation, he falls asleep, he starts snoring. Just sort of upsets the whole sermon. So he says, "I got to do something." He goes to little Johnny after the sermon. He says, "Johnny, I don't understand this. I gave you $1 to keep your grandpa awake during the sermons." And little Johnny says, "Yeah, you're right, but my grandpa's giving me $5 to let him sleep."